My first impression of making waves was when like they just told us about it, like at school, when we had someone come in, like we hadn't been down to the water yet, and we were all like a bit iffy about going sailing as it was new to all of us students. But when we got down for the first day, like we all hopped on the boat and we were all laughing and having lots of fun. And I've grown up with the ocean, so I love everything to do with the ocean.
The Winds of Change program had, I think, a lot of benefits for Lincoln. It doesn't always for every student, but for him it was clearly something that he engaged with a lot. He naturally draws attention to himself. He's quite confident and outgoing, and he was one of the first students that I thought of when we were thinking about this project.
14's the age that started turning bad. Started making the wrong decisions, hanging out with the wrong people, not living at home, staying in group homes, on the street when I couldn't have a group home. That's like 14 for me. 14 was probably the roughest year for me.
We found out about the Making Waves Foundation through Lincoln's school. As I said, we're going through a fair bit of crisis at home, and Lincoln had actually left home by that stage. He was only 14, so obviously it was a fairly scary time for all of us. He was living on the streets or looking for refuges and just didn't want to be at home, so it was a really tough time. When I was 14, I wasn't, Lincoln and I have a fair few similarities in our personalities, and I wasn't much of a school person. I didn't fit in at school, I didn't like school. You know, definitely we butt heads on certain topics because we are so similar. We both are quite energetic. Impact on the family, it's really, you know, obviously it's not an easy situation for anybody, and it's not something that gets discussed a lot. One of the psychologists that we were seeing to try and help us through what was a crisis, she put us onto Rite of Passage. So Lincoln got the benefit of doing something through school, through the program, but then we also got him into the Rite of Passage.
The program to me, and I think to other people in the program, was like all about real world situations. For me, it was like we were working with wood and like timber, which is what my job is now today. Like doing carpentry, it's all about working with timber and stuff. So the program at Woolwich was like the first time I'd really like started to actually do a lot of hands-on building stuff.
He went on to do the Rite of Passage program as well with us, and it eventually ended up in the workforce. And he just seemed to just be a really good fit for what the program is about. Students can see where they've had successes. We don't want to grind them down into the dirt and break them, and it's not a make and break sort of experience. It's more of a look what you can do. You're doing really well.
So with my job now, I wouldn't really be able to have this job without those life skills, because my confidence wasn't there, my leadership skills weren't there, my teamwork skills weren't there. To get the job, I actually had to gain the confidence to call my boss that I have today, which I would have found hard to do before. When I finished my apprenticeship, I want to be able to have my own family, have my own house. I've thought about, once I finish my apprenticeship, being older and stuff, I'd want to move into our old rundown house and use my carpentry skills to do up that house, renovate it, and be able to sell it for more, and have that as a way of making my money, and as well as looking after my family.
Gave him a purpose, and that's what he needed at the time.